Competition for highly talented individuals continues to be intense at corporations within the United States, but there are some barriers in some cases when companies try to attract some highly desirable types of individuals. The reality is that despite the fact that the dot-com boom happened more than a decade ago, high-speed connections in rural areas are still relatively hard to find. In fact, about 20% of Americans do not live within the range of a high-speed internet connection. Consequently, if you hire people who are going to work in some of these remote areas, you may end up in a situation where you're not going to be able to have them be as productive as possible because their network connections are not going to be able to support some of the communications that they would like to conduct. There's been a lot of talk between the FCC and some of the various carriers in the U.S. trying to take a look or try to address this particular issue, but it seems like it's moving slowly right now. In general, the carriers, AT&T and Verizon and the like, are building out their networks, adding some fiber in some locations, but not putting some of the investments that you would see in urban areas with their UVerse or with their Fios service. Instead, we're coming up with some hybrid types of options that marry some traditional DSL capabilities and some fiber networking, and has been piggybacking on some wireless connections as the like. As a result, you're going to find in situations where there are rural areas, the network connections are just not going to be as fast as they are in some urban areas. Consequently, it might be difficult for enterprises to support workers in these various locations. This has been a problem for a number of years, and unfortunately it doesn't look like there's much movement in a positive direction as far as trying to equalize these items. So therefore, companies are going to have to make a decision when they go after some of these talent in these rural areas, in the fact that they might not have the network connections in place where they could be as productive as management would like.